Hi everybody, welcome to Introduction to Research. My name's Jane Garner and I will be looking after you as you study Introduction to Research in this first semester in 2019. So teaching doesn't start yet, not till the 4th of March I think. Yeah, 4th of March. But I know you have access to this Interact site that you can see here on my screen now, and you also have access to a lot of the content. So I thought I'd just say hi, give you a quick tour around this site and show you a couple of things that you could be looking at right now in preparation for kicking off on the 4th of March. So this is our site, and the thing that you should be looking at now, there's really two things that you'll want to have a look at. The first one here is this subject outline. Let's go and have a quick look. This tells you everything about the subject, including what happens when and what your assessments are. So this is a good spot for you to have a really good look through. So this front page here is really just links into the rest of the page. So you can either just scroll from top to bottom and find everything, or you can click on links here and it'll drop you into those specific areas. I think the main thing to look at the moment is, we'll probably read the whole thing just to be, thorough, pardon me, but also probably the two main things that you want to have a look at is the schedule. Let's go and have a quick look. That just tells you what we do each week. It tells you when the session break is, which is always a pleasant relief. So we've got 2 weeks off in the middle of the teaching session, and this second week here is all sort of tied up with Easter, and that also sort of spills over into week 8, where even though it's a teaching week, there's 2 days that we have as holidays within that week. So there's the last day of Easter, and then there's also Anzac Day on the 25th. So 2 full weeks off, and then a couple of days in week 8 as well. So keep those in mind as you're working through. And then in terms of planning for the session, the thing that you really ought to take note of is when your assessments are due. So there are 2 assessments in this subject. Pardon me. The first one is a test that I will be opening up on the 29th of April, and then that runs, it just sits open for a week, and you've got a week to get in there and give it a go, and then it closes off 1 week after the opening date, and that becomes your submission, and then I mark that test at that point. The second and final assessment is a more standard sort of written assessment, and that's due right at the end, almost at the end of the semester on the 27th of May. So they're things to keep in mind. There are no online classes marked inside this session plan here, but I will be running some online classes, and you'll have an opportunity to join in those or watch the recordings later if you can't get to the sessions. I'll come up with some dates for those and let you know. So that's the schedule. That's really important. The other thing you'll want to have a look at is the assessment items. So as I said, there's 2, and the details of them are here. So when you read them, you may well freak out and think there's absolutely no way I could do that, and I don't even understand what you're asking me. That's absolutely fine. I'll be giving you loads of help and lots of instruction, lots of guidance about how to do each of those assessments. So I'll be making videos. We'll be talking about them in the online classes, and you can email me and talk to me, and we can Skype or whatever you need. So don't get distressed by the idea of the assignments, because they won't be as hard as they look when you first read through them. There'll be lots of help with that. Now, the other important thing I wanted to show you, apart from looking through all of this, these are all sort of our policies and rules about getting extensions for assignments, for assessments, and different services and support that you can get. This is how you find me. That's my phone number. I'm actually based in Melbourne, so that number is a New South Wales number. But if you ring that, it redirects through to my phone here in Melbourne, so you can find me that way. Also, of course, email is good. And there's more contacts under here as well that you can find me. The other thing I really wanted to show you at this point is these discussion lists here. Click on that. This is a spot here where I'd love you to go now, between now and when we start on the 4th, or straight after the 4th, if that's when you need to get to it. So this is just a place for you to introduce yourself. and say hi. You're probably very used to seeing these in other subjects if you've done other subjects with us or you've studied elsewhere online. So this is just click on that one, introduce yourself, create a thread, and let us know a bit about yourself, who you are, where you're based, anything of interest that you'd like to share with us, just so we get an idea of who we are. There's quite a lot of students in this subject, so it'd be really great if we could learn a bit about each other and help each other as we learn through the session. I think they're the main things to look at right now. Not a lot to do, but just before the 4th of March, just have a quick read through, have a look at that subject outline, have a look at the dates where things are due, and introduce yourself on the discussion list, and then we'll be right to go on the 4th of March. I'm looking forward to working with you, and I'll see you then. Bye.